Here is a super easy and delicious recipe for vegan Choco Chunk muffins. I'll be using some homemade flaxseed powder. For that, you need to take some flax seeds in your dry grinder jar or the coffee jar and just blend them to a smooth powder. It should look like this. Transfer this into airtight glass jar and store it in the fridge for a few weeks. Next, I'm going to make some homemade cashew milk. For that, we'll take some soaked cashews, blend them without any water first, and then slowly add water. Don't add all the water directly. Keep adding little by little and blend it so it will form a very smooth, creamy milk. Homemade cashew milk is ready. You can pour this into a container. Add the lemon juice to this. This will be our vegan buttermilk. Keep this aside while we do our other preparation work. Add about 2 tablespoons water to 1 tablespoon of flaxseed powder. Mix it well and keep it aside until it forms a thick jelly. Now take a piece of compound or the cooking chocolate. We cannot use regular chocolate here as that will melt in the muffins, and roughly chop it. We don't want this to be very small or very big. Just the perfect size for the choco chunks. By now the flax jelly or the flax egg is ready. We will now mix in all the wet ingredients. You can read the written recipe for details. To this I am adding the raw unprocessed sugar. Vanilla extract. I prefer to use the ones that come without added alcohols. Then we need to add any cold pressed neutral tasting oil. So make sure that the oil that we use does not have a strong flavor. I prefer to use safflower or sunflower oils. Whisk it all well. You need to dissolve all the sugar crystals in this. Next, slowly start adding the milk. I prefer not to add the milk all at one go because then it becomes a little difficult to mix it all well. So if you add little milk at a time and keep stirring it and whisking it, you'll notice that everything dissolves in quite well. Our wet ingredients are now ready to be used. Next, we will prep all the dry ingredients. So take a look at the ingredients list and put everything together in this sieve. I've taken the whole wheat flour. Next is the baking powder. Some salt. So mix it all well so that it just passes through the sieve. Before mixing the wet and dry ingredients, make sure that your air fryer or oven is preheated. Now mix the wet and dry ingredients. Again, I prefer to add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients slowly and not all together. Also, this should not be mixed with a very heavy or a fast speed. So keep adding a little at a time and fold in the batter with a very gentle hand. The final batter consistency will be quite thick. It will not be runny. Once it's mixed, we will add the chocolate chunks. Again, lightly fold them into the batter. So the batter is ready. We will now take the muffin molds. I prefer to use these silicone molds, a lot more healthier than the aluminium or the non-stick molds that we get. So you can check the consistency. This is how the batter looks. You can now pour these into the molds. Also place some choco chunks on the top of each muffin. Place these in your baking tray or your air fry basket and bake for 17 minutes at 170 degrees. Muffins are ready. Once they cool down and you are able to handle the cups, remove them from the mold and place them on a cooling rack. You can enjoy these warm like this or let them cool down completely. These are absolutely delicious. Enjoy!